I may have found the key to fixing Graal, and it might not be what you think. Now, I'm going to backtrack a little bit to the phrase I just said, probably not what you think. I'm mentioning this because I know what a big majority of you guys are going to be saying the key is to fixing Graal. And also, let me start by saying this. Graal is not broken, it's not bad, this is just a discussion video. Let's go. To prove what I'm just saying, let's take a peek inside the average one of your guys' heads. There's nothing. Now, on a real note, I know exactly what the majority of you are going to say. Better servers and 60 FPS. And trust me, those are going to be extremely useful, but we're going to save that video for another day. Let's get into it. In my opinion, the key to fixing Graal has to come from the root of the issues that people have. Before I explain furthermore, let me show you where this idea came to me. So I was walking my dog Milo when I stopped suddenly by the sound of angelic music. There was this glowing dirt pile in the field, so I pulled out my shovel from my inventory and went to digging. And this is how I found the key to fixing Graal. Just kidding. I studied other games. That's how I found the key. Something I've noticed about most of these games are their leveling systems. So yes, I do believe the key to fixing Graal is an overall leveling system. You can call me crazy all you want, but let's talk about it. Now, Graal has some levelings in terms of mining, fishing, etc., but not an overall leveling system. Games like RuneScape, Growtopia, Clash of Clans, World of Warcraft, they all have overall leveling systems and then side leveling systems in terms of mining, fishing, all that stuff. But why is an overall leveling system important? I was doing some research because I really wanted to learn more about this, so I went to pavcreations.com, and this is what they said about leveling systems in MMOs. In this article, it says, why do we need level systems in RPG? And I really want to talk about this point right here. You are giving the player a sense of progression. It should come as no surprise that we like to be rewarded for our efforts in achieving goals. The same goes for creating this feeling during gameplay. The more effort the player needs to put into solving a problem, the better award they should receive. However, in order to give some meaning and value to a level, we also need to keep in mind the difficulty of reaching the level. For instance, to acquire level 99, the player must accumulate a significant amount of XP by roaming Forgotten Realms where strong opponents await, which I guess doesn't really apply to Graal, but you get the gist. I really like when it said that players can have a sense of progression, which I think really addresses the issue that players in Graal sometimes can have. They feel like there's not much to do, or they feel like they've already done something. Like, in my opinion, I feel like it makes the idea of grinding so much better, because you get some sort of sense of progression to see your level bar go up. Now, let's go into specifics regarding what I think could happen with an overall leveling system. So obviously, we would keep the individual leveling systems that Graal has already, like mining or fishing. Even though mining can be a struggle for some people, it's still good to have that leveling system. Also, real quick, for those of you people who really hate on mining and say it takes way too long, go play RuneScape. OG RuneScape. That's all I gotta say. But back to my point, I think adding a leveling system for each individual category would be so beneficial too. It'll get people to grind more, and also, it could benefit your overall level as well. Like, let's say you're making pizzas, and then you level up in the pizza category. Well, boom, you get some XP that goes straight to your overall level. And I think almost everything you can do can add to your overall leveling system. Like, for example, let's say you get a few kills in-game, then boom, you get some XP. You complete a trade, boom, get some XP. You win an event, and do I need to say it? Yes, boom, XP. That makes grinding so much better for everybody. You get a sense of progression like we talked about earlier by gaining XP. So let's say this were to happen. I personally think everybody should start out at level 0. I think that gives people something to grind for. If you give people a level based on their experience and what they have in the game, then we're just back at square one, right? I think the leveling system should max out like, let's say 100 to 200. And obviously the first 10 to 20 levels are pretty simple and you can get pretty quick. But after that, it slowly starts to get harder and harder, so you have more to work for. So to wrap things up, I do think an overall leveling system in this game will benefit it so much, and I think it is the key to fixing the game, aside from the servers and stuff like that. Also, I'm going to preface this one more time. This is just a concept, and I'm not saying this game is bad or broken in any way. It's just fun to have discussions and talk about things we're thinking about as players. Huge shout out to the development, designer, and the player relations team, and all the higher-ups for everything they do for this game. We really do appreciate you guys. If you enjoyed, please do me a huge favor. Press that like button. Also, comment your thoughts on an overall leveling system in this game. I'm curious to see what you guys have to think. And lastly, do me a big favor. If you want a hug, press that subscribe button. It really, really helps me out. Also, if you want to become a member to my channel, link is in the description. Anyways, I love you guys. Peace.